Azad Jammu and Kashmir is a land of remarkable beauty, with winding streams and rivers, green meadows and snow-capped mountains. Blessed with a breathtaking landscape and enjoyable climate, the state is often described as heaven on earth. Unfortunately, Azad Jammu and Kashmir suffers from regular earthquakes, flash floods and landslides that often cause huge loss to human lives and infrastructure. The devastation caused by the earthquake in 2005 is one of the reminders of this and resulted in more than over 2 million left homeless, over 8,700 fatalities and a sustainable loss of the most basic infrastructure in the region. Kind-hearted individuals and humanitarian organizations from all around the world came to the aid of the victims and affected communities. HEED is one such organization which joined hands along with other relief agencies to provide support to the victims in the areas of health, education, environment and development, both in the context of emergency disaster relief and long-term development. As a registered charity, HEED is chaired by Mubashir Niaz, who rendered meritorious services during the 2005 earthquake relief program and was awarded the British Expertise Award in year 2007. Since year 2003, HEED is engaged in a number of development activities, ranging from building schools for the children of deprived communities, water and sanitation projects in remote rural areas, creating awareness about critical environmental issues, and contributing towards sustainable development of deprived communities.
HEED stands for Health, Education, Environment, Development. A number of projects have been undertaken in all these sectors. Projects like hygiene promotion, water supply schemes, sanitation facilities, environment protection, sustainable development. These are all sectors which HEED has been involved in and has been working since 2003.
The construction of a primary school at Sokar village in Jhelum Valley of Muzaffarabad district was among one of the HEED's initial projects in the education sector. The school was built in an area where no other educational institution existed, and most of the children were engaged in either herding cattle or fetching water for the family. The school is currently catering the educational needs of over 60 children, both girls and boys.
Earlier we used to take lesson in a tent and cannot study properly. Now we have school and it is easy for us to continue with our study.
This is an underdeveloped area with no school nearby. We used to teach the kids in a tent and the performance of our children was far better than government-run schools. We are determined to produce more better results and we do hope that there would be doctors, engineers and good teachers from these children who would give fame to the village.
Our education projects include a program which is SFPS, Shelter for Primary Schools. Under this program, we identify the shelters which require attention. There are students who are being educated in that area, which is the community-led initiatives. We go and support these people and these communities, and we have recently undertaken a scheme, a project where we have finalized with the help of community a Sokar village primary school which is called Tahira Primary School, and we have got 60 students who are being benefited from this new shelter. It's providing an improved environment for the students, and it's obviously supporting the Millennium Development Goal of providing access to the primary education to the communities.
In a drive to transform village Sokar into a model village, HEED has installed a water supply scheme to provide safe drinking water to the local community, followed by the construction of family latrines for all households in the village to address the critically needed issue of sanitation with effective community participation.
We are working in water and sanitation sector. We have made this model to tell the people how to conserve and store the rainwater. After earthquake, most of the natural springs appear to have dried up. Underground water level has gone down, and now it is absolutely necessary to guide the people to conserve rainwater.
हम इस तरह का एक अमल करें जिससे बारिश के पानी को महफूज बना सकें। सोगुल में हम रहते थे, हमारा पसमानदा इलाका था यहाँ।
We live here in Surkar. It's very backward area. Nobody takes care of us. We are thankful to HEAT people who provided us water supply scheme. They gave us school, and now we have toilets in our houses. They have greatly cooperated with us.
हमारे साथ बहुत इन भाइयों ने तावन किया, रीड वालों ने।
We were facing a big problem in maintaining children's hygiene. Now you can see our children are neat and clean and go to school.
On the sanitation sector, we have just recently finished a scheme in the village Sokar, providing family latrines for the whole village and including some schools, buildings and community latrines. It has been a success and we have already started seeing the benefits coming out of this.
As a part of well thought out strategy to create income generating opportunities for unemployed women and young girls to allow them to be economically independent, HEAT set up vocational centers in remote rural areas. Here, the women have the opportunity to learn income generating skills such as tailoring, Kashmiri embroidery and making traditional handicrafts, to name a few.
HEAT had promoted our products and our work. People here in Pakistan don't give much importance to this traditional handicrafts work. People of HEAT buy our products and market these things in foreign countries, and in this way promote our skills. We focus our gender-related work in Muzaffarabad, Hatiyanwala and Jhelum Valley. Now we decided to include Neelam in our area focus because Neelam is more disadvantaged area compared to other parts of Azad Kashmir.
Just now we're outside the vocational centre for women, producing really wonderful handicrafts. For dresses, hand painted vases and wall hangings, prayer mats, and the designs really are fantastic. They're so artistic, and you know, I really wish them well in everything that they're doing. So yeah, thanks to HEAT for giving me the opportunity to see this firsthand. It's my first time in Pakistan, and it's my second day. I'm having a really wonderful time, being treated very, very well, and really relishing the opportunity to see such a beautiful country and meet such a beautiful people.
In August 2010, when devastating flood hit some of the areas of Pakistan and Azad Jammu and Kashmir, HEAT was among the first few organizations that swiftly started relief and rehabilitation activities for the affected people and provided food and other essential items to the flood victims in Neelam Valley of Azad Jammu and Kashmir and Charsada area of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province of Pakistan. HEAT continued their support to the flood victims in Neelam Valley and installed 4 water supply schemes which were washed away in the devastating floods. Over 3,000 beneficiaries from the villages of Tred, Matu, Tibba and Kandol now enjoy the safe drinking water due to this intervention, which was generously funded by Burroj.
The heavy rains destroyed our land and houses. Flood washed away everything that we have. Our crying children have no shelter. We have nothing to feed them. Today we got some help to feed our children. This is not less than Eid for us.
Overall, Neelam was the most affected by recent flood, but Jagra, Kutan, Rapta and Kale were the worst hit areas. We deeply appreciate HEAT organization for distributing food items here. They made assessment of the need of the people and provided relief to the needy people with utmost care and hard work. The people of the valley are profoundly thankful to the HEAT.
Environment protection is one of the prime focuses of HEAT. The organization promotes public awareness, organizes and coordinates numerous environment-related programs to ensure sustainability in accordance with the UN Millennium Development Goals. This includes helping communities to get access to safe drinking water, sustainability, to get access to basic sanitation facilities, and also to encourage people to use natural resources with great care and responsibility.
On the environment part, Heat Association has multiple projects. We have water included under our environment umbrella. We have sanitation projects. We have environment specific awareness. We are definitely working on the sustainable development. The sustainability is obviously a part of that. Water schemes comprise of a variety of gravity fed systems, pressurized systems, rainwater harvesting, which we have recently been undertaken as one of the service providers by government organization ERA, and we are undertaking implementation of 6,000 rainwater harvesting systems in Abbottabad district, which is in the northern part of Pakistan.
Sustainable development's quite a difficult thing to define. It's something I change my mind on every day. But basically what we're trying to suggest is that we meet the needs of what we need now without compromising the future. And we're all here as decision makers in some way, shape or form in our activities. We make decisions every day on behalf of just maybe one more person or hundreds of people. And we'd like to, just share some ideas about how responsible decision making needs to be taken and those views to be sustainable.
HEAT started off as an organization that provided need-based services to marginalized communities that were the victims of natural disasters. Building on this experience, it has evolved over the years to also develop the awareness of education, health, environment, and long-term development both amongst local communities and amongst those interested in participating to achieve this.